2024, ladies. All this fitness, you're running around everywhere, you're jumping up and down everywhere. When do you guys find time for a dating life? Okay, we're going to take a water break. We're going to take a water break and we will be back. They started to choke.
Lubricate.
Excuse me.
We just need to just feel a bit parched all of a sudden.
Boy. Okay, that's been lovely.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get
Okay.
straight to it.
We're going to get to it.
We're ready.
Are we ready to? Okay, we're back. If you watched the last one, we left off last time when they needed to lubricate their throats. Because I was going to ask about dating in 2024 as women over 40. And see, crickets.
Please
Crickets.
put a cricket sound in there.
So you're asking me about fitness. I can talk all day. I can talk your ears off.
But okay, but it's different because now you have apps. Isn't that better?
I
Than
mean,
what, the norm.
Okay, I guess that's a no.
for who?
Wait, I have a list.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Are apps a help or a hindrance? A hindrance?
I mean, I can't be bothered with all of that. I'm not gonna lie, I can't be bothered with all of that. So I'm gonna go hindrance.
Oh my God. Okay, so if that's not going to work, should we spin the block like Nelly and Ashanti?
Oh, God,
Okay,
yeah.
I feel like I've got feelings about this.
Yeah.
I feel like it can work, but I'm not spinning the block with anybody I've ever been out with. I'm
neither.
just gonna put that out there because I haven't made wise choices.
Lorraine's got, look, at least she has potential.
No. Because I'm thinking, who on earth would I do that for? No one.
No one.
Not.
No spinning the block, no apps.
No. I
So,
mean,
okay, if 40, late 40s and 50s, is marriage still an option?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
I mean, if you want it, yeah, why not?
yeah.
I think it's very individualist. Like, I tend to look at marriage like, if you really want to do it,
Yeah.
and you feel like this is the person I genuinely want to spend every single waking day with, up until one of us drops
I
dead,
literally can't
then
think of anything worse.
then those people are special.
I salute
and
you.
Yeah, if they make it work,
Did
it's
you have
wonderful.
dreams about marriage when you were younger, like the
Yeah.
dress and the wedding and the day and
Yeah, but that was it. The dress, the wedding,
Yeah.
and the day.
not the man?
And the man.
Did you have what the man would be like? Did you have like a profile?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know that I had dreams of like the marriage, but I think that I probably just assumed I'd get married.
You just assumed it
I
would
just
happen.
assumed that that's what I would do. I would get married.
Yeah.
I don't know why
I think I was
assumed
more
that.
kind of in awe of like the day, because I was thinking,
Yeah.
"Well, if I ever get married, my party's gonna be sick.
I was more thinking about the dress.
Yeah.
I think I might have had thoughts
was
about a
looking at
ring,
the dress.
maybe.
all of that, like the party.
And who got
bit.
married on the beach in a bikini?
Someone that
Look,
we.
both of you had the same reaction. Who got? Was it like Pamela Anderson or
Sounds like,
somebody?
yeah, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
And I saw that. I was like,
Anderson.
okay. I don't know where I got that from.
I think that if you want to get married, like it's fine. I think marriage to me now would look very different to if I'd got married like in my 20s. You know what I mean? With the big day, like
I
probably
wouldn't-
nobody would even know.
I
like-
wouldn't still be married. If I got married in my 20s, there's no way I would still be
mean-
married today. There's no way.
Interestingly enough, people like my friends who did get married, let's say in their early 20s or mid 20s, a lot of them are actually divorced. And when I speak to them now, they're like, don't do it. They're like, no, honestly, they're like, the best thing that came out of my marriage is if they had children,
Yeah.
are their children. And it's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Like, and I'm just like sitting there thinking, oh, at one point I did think, oh my God, I'm the only one that's not married. And because you feel like you're doing it wrong. But then when you actually sit down and have a conversation about it,
The realities
the
of
reality is just like, And then
I've noticed some people who have been together a long time and got married late. Instead of getting married at the beginning, they've got married at the not the end, but the latest. They've been together like 10, 15 years and then they've got married. And that makes way more sense to me.
So then you
Yeah.
probably know
Yeah,
that
that makes
person and
way more
everything,
sense
and
to
then you
me.
can make the actual decision. Like,
Right.
that you want to
let's
do
They've
it.
built
do
their
it,
life
yeah.
together. They've got children together.
And
so
just
now
go
they're
off
gonna
and
have
do
their-
it and
now
have a
they're gonna
really nice
their
ceremony.
day. And that makes way more sense to me rather than rushing into it when you're 20.
when you're
30.
young,
It's
like,
what do you
I
know?
never- when
Like, live
people
your life.
start- Like, there's all these podcasts that love to chat about. And when I look at these people, I'm like, you lot just came out of school the other day. and
Yeah.
I
already
watch these.
talking
I
about
watch
marriage
these. I
and-
think a lot of that is very cultural for some of those
Yeah.
people, and I watch it and I'm like, you poor things.
You
Like
just
you
don't
poor,
know.
poor. Like your whole life, you're in your 25 and you're worried about a husband.
Yeah.
You poor, poor thing.
Yeah.
Because that is gonna follow you for the next 20 years of your life, and then you're gonna look back and like, why was I worried?
I think for women in particular, especially young women, I think there's a lot of chatter, if you like, about them being left on the shelf.
That's right.
So I think a lot of young women will rush into marriage and make really like piss poor decisions based on, if I don't, then other people are going to look at me like, what is wrong with that girl? Why can't she
Yep.
lock down a man? And
Yeah.
there's all of that chit chat out there. And I'm just like, sweetheart, live your life. If you are lucky enough to find somebody
Good.
at a young age that you can sustain a long life with up until the end, then
Good for you.
fantastic. But 9 times and I would actually say this for men as well. I feel like men, go and live your life. Women, live your life.
%.
Just be careful, when you're dealing with somebody. But
Yeah.
essentially, I don't think marriage should be at the forefront of your
I don't
brain
think. I think
in your very early 20s.
No, I think when
I
you're
don't think
40
so.
and 50, I think that's when it's supposed to. For me, because if I look at some of the people I was with, ain't no way in hell.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
No
Think
way
about
in
those
hell.
people. Think about if you got married to one of those people.
Yeah, there would have been an issue.
Right.
Or a jail sentence or two.
Like, do you know,
no
and
way.
I also think, like, in your 20s, like, why are you having these big, long relationships? Life, there's just so much to see in the world.
Yeah.
There's so much to see. I'm not saying don't, like, it's part of learning and growing. I'm not saying don't have relationships, but it doesn't need to be so deep about
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I
buying a
think
house together and this, that, and the other. Just enjoy it. Focus on yourself.
if it happens, it happens. I think it's
This
something
is
that's
it.
supposed to be organic.
That's
But
right.
then you've got all these books that tell you how to go and get it. Do this, do that,
Yeah.
do this, do that.
It's
Go-
too much
go-
information.
It's
Yeah,
too
it's confusing people, and
much.
people making really bad decisions based off of
Somebody
all of
else.
this. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody else's opinion.
Don't marry a bus driver. Do marry a bus driver.
Yeah.
Don't marry a girl with money. Don't marry a broke. person. Marry a broke.
And there's
Like-
so many like if you're dating a guy, he should be able to provide this X, Y, Z for you. And it's just like a lot of it is just pure delusion. It's pure
All right.
delusion.
Let me. I have a, I have a few scenarios that some of my friends
Go
have
on.
been involved in.
All right,
Right.
go.
They're not even dilemmas. This is just horror stories. It's just horror
Okay.
stories.
Let's go.
Now, first thing, these men are all black men in their 50s.
Okay.
Okay. Just putting that out there. It's not a general thing. Okay. It's not a diverse group.
Okay.
First thing was she was dating this guy. He's in the music industry. They went out. They were having fun. When they went out, she went to one of his gigs. On the way back from the gig, they stopped at McDonald's. She was peckish. She wanted some. At the gig, she bought the drinks, which was fine with her. When they got to McDonald's, she just wanted, drive through McDonald's, she wanted some fries. That's all she wanted. He asked her for her card. The producers laughing.
No.
What should she do with him next?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Get out of the car once you dropped off. Absolutely nothing.
What she?
I just like he has showed you he has showed you himself in that moment. You don't need to say anything else.
It's done.
It's finished.
It's a wrap.
I can't even believe he did that.
Yeah.
Also, hold on a minute. You went to his
His gig.
Yeah.
And you bought the drinks.
And you bought, so he,
Right. Right, thank you. You caught that. Cause like, if it's
Yeah.
his gig,
Yeah.
wouldn't he be getting free drinks?
like the little drinks token.
Or something?
I've dated a DJ or two. They definitely get
That
drinks
makes
token.
sense.
Exactly. They'll be
They
like,
get
hey,
drinks.
babe,
Or they get a
help
bottle.
yourself
They
to
get a
whatever you
bottle,
want.
Right.
Right?
Right.
How much are French fries nowadays?
Girl, like 179 or something, 199 or something.
Okay.
Right. Don't.
That is
don't
very
people normally
mean.
have change in the car.
It is the ghetto.
Nothing, there is nothing worse than a mean partner.
Oh,
There's nothing
Listen.
worse.
Run
And it's
a
almost like they
mile.
get worse the older they get, I feel like.
And do you know what I feel like as well? That's why I had to say I named the race and the age.
Yeah.
Because those guys, especially the London ones, they had it in their head that everybody was a gold digger.
what are we digging for?
What are we digging for?
Where's
Can't
where's
buy
the gold?
McDonald's chips, brother. Yeah.
You don't have the gold. that
There's
you
no
have.
gold. There's no gold to dig for.
I don't even, I don't know.
plastic.
I
like-
think some of them are bogged down like that she just wants money. Bro, it's chips.
Yeah, and if she takes your chips and she never calls you, what's gonna happen?
You lost £1.79.
Like, it's okay.
She was using me.
She was I knew she was
I
a
told you
gold
about
digger.
These women, they
Not
just
even
want me for my.
Not
They
even
just
a
want me for the
McFlurry
French
or
fries.
nothing, innit? Listen,
Wow.
like yeah, that was a big wow for
Yeah.
me as well. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, run. But he's a nice no.
No,
No.
no.
Because if it starts at the chips, there's
That's
no,
rock bottom.
Where's
There's
no
nowhere
way
to
down?
go.
There is that saying, isn't
There's
it?
no
And
nowhere
it's
to
like
go.
once
You know
they
what?
tell you who they are, believe them the first time. He said, "I'm mean and I'm tight." Believe it.
As much as we're saying there's nowhere else to go, like men like that will find a way, you know.
They'll find the
They'll get
bottom.
lower.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, you're
Well,
like,
moving
it
on to my
actually
next
did.
one.
Okay.
Moving on to my next one. This guy. Sorry. Let me get some more. But no, it's not. Do you know what? It's not even fun. This is actually could be potentially dangerous. Hold on a second.
No.
No.
Already I'm scared.
So she's meeting this guy, and he texts her at 1 a.m. in the morning. Do you want to? They live in different cities.
Okay.
He texts her at 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to be in London tomorrow night. Do you want to meet up? She was asleep. He texted her at 5 in the morning. I don't know why he weren't sleeping, but he texted her at 5 in the morning. Okay. So then they're conversing through the day. He's booked a hotel room. He's whatever he's coming to London to do, he did it, and then he wants to meet up. Okay. So they've arranged where to meet. He's finished at midnight. She's asked, come and pick me up. Sorry. Then he's like, can you come closer? Instead of me coming all the way to you, can you come a bit, can I meet you a bit closer? This girl leaves her house at midnight to go closer so he can pick her up closer to where they need to meet. My sat-nav's not working.
That's what he
No.
says.
My sat-nav's not working. Can't you get to... She's on foot. She don't drive. She on foot. My sat-nav's not working. Right. Now, for me,
Straight
right there
home.
and then, go back to your yard.
Straight home.
But
Yeah.
right,
Straight home.
go back to your yard. They worked it out, and he said he's on his way. She cussed him off on the phone, I think, something like that. She said he's on his way. Now it's 1 o'clock. It's 1 a.m. in the morning
So
now.
she's still on foot, and he's
so
supposedly
she's out
driving
in-
to meet
she's
her
out in
at
the
this
street.
halfway point. Okay,
Right.
carry on.
Then she gets a text message. I went straight to the hotel. Get a cab. Look at Lorraine's
I'm
face.
just trying to see.
No. I'm going home.
And like I said, black man in his 50s.
I'm going home because I've been out for an hour.
What?
I mean, first
Where
of all,
is your brain?
I'm actually
Where
not.
is your brain, bro?
I'm actually not going.
Bro, where's your brain?
Okay, so wait. So it's one, so it's 1 o'clock in the morning. She's walking on foot. My man's supposed to be in a car meeting her halfway, but this halfway is never coming. Yeah, and he keeps telling her, "Come further, come
'Cause
further."
it's like
come
he wants.
further."
It's like he wants.
Well,
her
he
to
probably
keep
hasn't
walking.
left,
Yeah.
had he?
He probably just went straight there in the first place, right? He probably just
And
wanted to keep walking until she just walks all the way there.
Couldn't be asked.
Go home, please.
And
But wait.
again, clear message. I cannot be asked, but if you come to me, it's all good.
That's crazy, right?
It is
Isn't
crazy.
That, but where does this mentality with these brothers come from?
So this
Because
is the
that-
thing.
like I said,
if
that
they
is
feel like they
potentially
can get away with it,
That is-
then they will.
But that's
Yeah.
potentially dangerous. You can't leave the woman on the street at 1 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning. Who
that's
does-
dangerous.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm like, guys, if you're gonna, everybody's got their links,
I'm
yeah.
laughing, but it's not.
But you
funny.
still have to have a level of kind of like
Respect.
consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
Do you
is a
understand?
level
You
of
have
respect.
to have it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like you're about to. Clearly this is a booty call. Again, fine. Everybody do what they're doing as long as you're safe. It is not safe for a woman to be
That's
walking on the street at 1 o'clock in
crazy.
the
It
morning.
isn't.
You're not applying any logic or sense or any consideration. And I just think, guys, women. Like, if you find that, then you need to turn around
You have
and
to
go
listen.
home.
Right.
That's it. Find another link that will actually,
Come
you
and
know,
pick you up.
yeah.
Or arrange for you
Or
to get a taxi.
or you arrange something where you feel safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now
Yeah.
that leads me on to, because there was a whole thing on social media earlier in the year about on a first date, the millennials were having their debate, right? On the first date, would you ask a man to book you an Uber? And a lot of some girls said she asked him to book the Uber, and the man texts her back and goes, "I can't book you an Uber. There's train, bus, car, or you can walk on your foot. But however you get there, you get there." Yeah, that's what he said to her. Now me, I ain't going anywhere. If I get that response, I'm not
gonna
going
go,
anywhere.
yeah. No.
That's number one. But the debate was that it's not his responsibility to book you an Uber on a first date. Now my response, maybe because I'm old, I'm
Is
like,
this a date or is this a link?
it's a date.
First date.
It's
they're
the
going to
date.
meet
They're
each
going to
other.
meet each other somewhere.
Okay.
Now, a first date, I don't know. Maybe it's different for the millennials, right? That they said, well, he barely knows her. Well, where are you going then if you barely know her? I mean, you've had, you would have had some conversations and some rapport, some DMs before you met up, right?
Yeah.
Am I just old?
Do you know what's interesting? Yeah, this whole like, oh, but he barely knows her. He barely knows her. I bet if given the opportunity, he would have slept with her on the first date.
Of course.
So, but you barely know this person. You won't book her a cab,
but you will
that's happily just
Right.
right. If
Go
she gives
through.
you the chance,
yeah.
exactly.
Why is it different now? Bodily fluids are okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but booking a cab ain't.
Right, exactly.
But also, I like definitely. But I just, for me, like first date is you pick a point that you're gonna meet,
Yeah,
and you meet
and
there.
you meet.
I'm not asking anyone for a cab. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just getting myself there. It's the first
That's why
date.
I said, is it a link?
If it's
or
my
is it a
boy-
date?
if
For
it's my
me, if it's a
boyfriend-
date, I'll make my way there.
I normally
Yeah.
make my way
Yeah.
there on the first
Yeah.
date. But if she wants to ask. But my thing was, if he is his response. It's his response. Because if it's like, take your 2 foot and walk, I'm like, then you know what you're going to, like you
Yeah,
said, they
yeah,
show you
yeah.
who you are,
Yeah.
right? It's his response. I can't really do it this time, but maybe next time.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's
That
his
makes
response.
sense.
It's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
response.
yeah.
For me, it's his response.
Yeah.
That guy was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That
like,
guy-
let's say you do meet up with him. Yeah. you pick your mode of transport. You get
Yeah.
there now. What's the conversation going to be like after you done tell you take a bus, plane,
yeah.
train,
Yeah,
swim,
exactly.
carry a
Date's over.
pigeon?
However you
like,
get there.
I'm already
There's
looking
no
at
date
you
after
like
Yeah,
that.
there's no.
You're
There's
just
gonna,
going there to cuss him
there's
off,
gonna be an
basically.
atmosphere. You're both gonna be sat there like that. Yeah, it's not a thing.
Exactly. But yeah,
But
I-
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's funny to ask for someone to put you a taxi on your first date.
yeah, I asked my boys that. They said the same thing. They said,
I think
they said I might book the cab, but it's a red flag.
it's
From the
definitely
guy's point of view,
definitely
yeah.
a bit of a red flag. I think.
They said, I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask.
I would just,
Because,
for safety reasons, I'm like, I'll make my own way.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was about to say, because if they have to pick you up, right? Because it's kind of, it used to be normal that the men pick you up for the day.
That's
Them days
true.
are
From the
over now.
doorstep.
There's too many mad people out there.
You can't make them know what you're doing.
This is it. But also, like, what time of day are you going out to feel that? Like, because again, first date for me is something that's in the daytime. It's something that's like neutral, safe.
First date
Yeah.
during the day.
Probably,
I ain't never done that before.
probably something that involves less alcohol. And maybe I'm just saying this with my my age heads on now. It probably was not the case like 20 years ago. But just like, I think, yeah, just being careful of where you're going that requires a taxi on your first date.
I don't know. If I've got my heels on, I'm not getting on a bus or a tube.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then,
that's the next
like, are these the same people that are expecting? I don't know,
what Novikov? That seems to be
sexy
the place.
fish,
Or a sexy yeah.
or what's the other one, or
£500
Hakkasan
dates, yeah.
Them
on their first date.
But this is it.
So I mean,
yeah.
it's a different mentality.
What is our group? What is our age group's mentality? Because I don't know.
Yeah, it feels
People
like
don't
a
want to buy
while.
chips no more. What is our age group's mentality?
For a first date now. I mean, I'm still taking my own taxi.
Yeah, I'll take my own Uber. Thank you very much.
I'm still taking my own Uber.
But what?
Yeah,
what
I'm
does
very
our-
much like, I'll meet you
Where
there.
what do we do? Do we go to Nando's? What do we do for a first date?
No, I don't do
No.
Nando's.
Go somewhere nice. to eat and drink, maybe.
It won't be. This is okay. So the whole Nando's debate makes me laugh, yeah, because I'm like, there are so many different restaurants and places that you can go that don't necessarily don't have to be Nando's, but are in that same Nando's
and cost the same
price
amount of money.
bracket. It's just that everybody uses Nando's as
it's the
bar.
base. Yes,
Yeah,
the bar,
it's like, and that's why I
yeah.
don't want to go. I don't want to go to Nando's. Like, I want to go somewhere else. If you don't mind, it can be in the same Nando's budget if you want, but there are so many places that have a really nice ambience and like I can sit and we can talk and get to know each other and stuff like that. But it can't be
It's a
Nando's.
coffee shop.
What's
out
the
of
other
bounds.
one? The pasta place that everyone like.
Vapiano's.
Vapiano's
Yeah.
is the other one.
People go to Vapiano's on dates.
Yeah.
They do.
People go to Vapiano's.
They do.
That's why I used to take my kids. People go to Vapiano's on dates.
That's sustenance when you've been out shopping and you
Yeah.
need to stop. You need to
People go
stop
to-
and have something to eat.
And
I'd be
like,
so offended.
package.
Yeah, a little bit. I'd be so offended.
They do though. That's the
do.
thing.
Okay.
Anywhere where you got to queue up with your tray. If you
Oh, they don't do that no more.
don't they?
No,
Shows how
COVID.
long I've been
COVID.
in there. Oh right. Oh, they bring
Cute
you-
little places out there that honestly you can go to.
Yeah.
There's so many places, and I just think let's just think outside the box a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Use
It's
our
like-
imagination.
Yeah, it doesn't have to cost an arm and a
What
leg.
about if he asks you on a date, but then tells you to pick the place?
Okay.
Oh, I'm all right with that.
I'm alright with that. I'm good.
I'm all right with that.
I'm good. I guess
Yeah.
I would say, do you have a budget in mind?
You would ask for a budget. If you're telling me to pick the place, that's your budget out the window, bro.
No, I'm going to make a lot of assumptions. At this age that I'm at, I'm going to make a lot of assumptions that the place I'm going to pick is suitable for
Yeah.
the person I'm dating.
I'll just be like, I've picked this place. Is that okay with you?
yeah,
Yeah, send him-
maybe
send him
that,
the link.
maybe that.
Yeah, send him the link.
Rather than a budget.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
send him the link to say, is it all right?
yeah.
Because you suggested it.
But what if he says
I'm-
no?
Then pick somewhere, bro.
I'll pick
You told me to pick the place.
I'd be like, why? I would have to ask why.
Would you ask
though.
him why?
Because if you're asking me to pick somewhere,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
picked something,
And you've said no.
and you've said no. What was the point of asking me to pick something if you don't like this?
Exactly.
If it's like, and then when you explain why, it would have to make
Sense.
sense.
It would have to make
Yeah.
some sense.
Yeah.
Like what could make
It might be
sense?
that, it's a little bit out of the way for
Or I
me.
went there last
Okay, that
night.
makes sense, blah, blah, blah. Or I've been there before, it's not very nice. Okay, cool. I'll find something else then. But if it's just like,
And does he have to
just
pay?
us, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
For a first date.
For any date.
Sorry. I just feel like if you're...
I'll pay
Do you know-
I'll pay sometimes.
I feel like it depends. Like if I start to date somebody, this is maybe a bit old school, but like I'll get you back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm always
exactly.
going to get you
Yeah,
back. And even
exactly.
if we
I'll
go
pay
on even
sometimes.
if it's like a first date and you've bought dinner, I'm definitely buying you drinks.
Yeah.
Like I'm always going to like cover that because I'm not out here like trying to get you for your dinner. Like I can buy my own.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
So, but I do enjoy that little bit of chivalry of, I'll pay, babes. I do enjoy that.
Do you know what? If the bill comes and you sit there and look at me, that's a problem.
Or they push the receipt
That's a
towards
problem.
you.
Because like if you're sitting there, they will go and they will automatically send the bill put the bill in
Yeah,
front of
they
the man,
do.
right? They'll automatically put the bill in front of the man. If you start to push it,
I just think if you're not prepared to take someone on a date, then please don't ask.
Yeah,
them.
don't ask.
Then
me.
don't ask. It's like
go
you
for
don't.
a walk in the park.
Yeah, it's not necessary that you have to go on a date,
Yeah.
particularly if you have no intentions of paying.
Yeah.
Like leave people alone with their time if you don't want to.
And what they like.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
want to do that, it's not by force. Stay
Yeah.
in your yard, innit?
Exactly.
I had
Maybe not date.
Yeah,
I had
100.
one. I had one thing. This wasn't even a date. It wasn't a date. It was almost like a business type. But we had a business meeting, and then I said, "I want to go and have a drink." Oh, I'm coming. Okay, came along with me. It's a younger guy, and then I ordered my food. This one's talking to the waiters and, "Can we get this? Can we get a bottle of this? Can we get this? Can we get that?" And then the bill came.
Oh
and
no.
like
Oh no. No.
I'm like, I'm from Hackney. Like, do you have to understand when you're doing foolishness like that? Because
Yeah.
I will leave you sitting there.
Yeah, yeah.
So when the bill came, I paid for what we're going to split it. No, the fuck we're not. I'm going to pay for what I ordered.
Yeah.
Because my man's saying, can we get a bottle of...
Oh, so he's ordering the world.
Right,
He didn't need to do all that.
I wanted to try. I said, this is a new place and I haven't been there and I just want to try it. I knew it was a bit expensive, but I just wanted to go there and see the ambience. And so I ordered my one glass and my little olives and my little chips, my little truffle fries, because I know my limitations.
Yeah.
This one's can I, and tables pack up of food now, and man's talking about split the bill.
No.
No.
See,
No, thank
that's why I'm
you.
like,
No, brother.
you don't have to do it. Stay at
Where,
home.
where did you get the, where does that mentality come
You
from?
don't have to do all that.
And then you're asking a woman to pay for your food. I just don't. I know that a quality thing,
Yeah.
but these guys are. See that
Do you
word?
think it's
sassy?
generational as well?
It's 100% generational.
Because my mum's age group demographic of men, just if you so much as look at your purse, they'll take it as a personal
Listen,
insult.
an insult.
Yeah.
I've had, but then my mum's age group. But I've had guys my age group that are like that as well. I've had guys
same.
in their 40s that are like that as well.
Yeah.
If I even go to pay them, like they'll take it as an insult.
I've got to say, anybody that I've sort of dated has always been like, they've had several other bad qualities, but meanness
wasn't one of them.
Yeah, I think I've been lucky in that regard. I don't even want to say lucky. Like, I don't think it's luck. I just feel like whoever I've been fortunate enough to date just didn't have the mindset of you're going to pay. Like, I'm asking you out on a date. I've made the conscious decision to ask you. I want to take you out for whatever reason is.
Yeah,
so they're paying, and that's it. So
it shouldn't be a debate.
yeah. So when I see all these little podcast shows, I'm just like,
yeah, exactly. It's very
just
generational.
alien
They're very
to me.
confused.
Yeah, it's very.
I feel sorry for the younger generation. They're very confused because it shouldn't be a thing. Dressing up and dressing up on a date shouldn't be a thing either. You're not supposed to wear a tracksuit, brother.
I mean, simple common sense.
Like a Nike Tech tracksuit.
At your 54 years of age.
With your Huarachi.
At your 54 years of age.
Yeah,
Absolutely
like
not.
come on.
Let's behave ourselves now. Come on, you're big people.
Do they know that they're big people?
Yeah, they do. They just don't care. Some of them are just stuck in a time warp.
Yeah.
And I do feel like with the presence of social media, we can all just look at that and know what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like social media, what social media is doing to our age group, I think it's making them relate to the younger generation more than they probably should.
Or maybe taking kind of like talking points that are kind of being
Yeah.
regurgitated and being like, yeah, I'm going to do that now. It's like, my brother, you're
supposed to do that 10
50 now.
years ago. You're supposed to do that
It's
10
like,
years ago.
why are you listening? Do they sound like they know what they're talking about? Like,
Literally.
come on now. Why are you?
You're
why are you-
supposed to have more sense.
Yeah. Like, no.
Oh, wow. They're supposed to have more sense.
I mean, you would hope.
Well, let me see. You said you wouldn't spin the block. But when it comes to love or a relationship, right? An ideal relationship. Do you look at your reaction? Do you look at the relationship between Will and Jada as a good relationship? Look at her face. As a good. Let me explain. Let me land. As a good relationship or a bad one, because they've had their kids and they've got married and did everything they had to do, right? But what they've said in all the madness that we heard last year, in the books, I've got both the books, in all the madness that we heard last year, they've both said that divorce is not an option, right? So they've, number one, agreed that they're going to stick together no matter what. And then the second thing that they said was they have permission. I think everybody missed this part. They have permission to make themselves happy however they want to do it. And then they'll come back together. So as friends or whatever, right? And no matter what, she sticks by him. And no matter what, he sticks by her. Now, why are you laughing, man?
Why I'm laughing?
Is that not an ideal relationship to have?
I mean, like,
because to me, it sounds like you've got your person there for life. They're always going to, you can rely on them. They're always going to be down for you. But then at the same time, if you want to go,
you can go and
do what else you got to do, and not worry about what's going on over here because they're always going to be there.
Yeah.
Now, to me, that don't sound too bad.
Okay, the thing with those two in particular, clearly their relationship works for them, right? But because it's not a traditional relationship in the way that we envisage
Envisage,
Yeah.
the relationship to be, then I feel like a lot of all this chatter and anger, particularly at Jada, which I think is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, you don't need to bring it down. I agree with you in sense that they have always said we're going to stay
They've
together.
always said
forever.
that.
Even
Yeah,
before
yeah.
this whole Chris Rock and all the nonsense.
They always said that.
Yeah, they've always said that. If you go back, you'll see it. I think as well, the other problem is that we as a community had put their marriage on a pedestal.
When we didn't know anything
and we knew nothing about it.
Which is
At all.
it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like,
So it is
it's a bit
weird.
weird.
It's just like, oh my God, I don't care if these people want to stay together or break up or what have you. I feel like we need to look at ourselves as to why we decided to put their relationship up there to the point where
they had them in song
So
lyrics.
invested.
and all of that.
Yeah,
like,
they had
I'm
them
like,
in that Will and Jada love. You knew nothing about what they were doing. Not
Even
a single
Will, in his own book, has said a lot of the reasons why the relationship has kind of like mashed down over the years is partly due to him.
Yeah.
But no one is hearing that. And I
Right.
feel it's because we think that we know Will because of the success that he has had and the fact that
he's
we
that
lucky.
Exactly.
yeah, we relate
Exterior.
the Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. We think that is literally him, and because we've grown up watching that, we can't get that persona out of our head. But we've never been married to that man, so we don't know what Will was like in terms of being in a relationship with him, in a marriage.
And he said himself he's insufferable.
Yeah,
he
and
he said it himself.
exactly. And even with like, I also remember like the whole Oscar slap. That thing got on my nerves because I'm like, am I the only one seeing this? Because people are saying that Jada looked at Will and told him to go up there and slap. Will's a big 53, 54-year-old man. He took 2 steps off of his own accord and decided to smack
I don't know
This
Chris
whole
Rock in the face. And then you lot, because you don't like Jada, are saying that
blamed her
Jada
for
went,
everything.
get up there and knock him out. Chris told a joke. She rolled her eyes because the joke was shit.
Exactly.
And then Will he made the conscious decision to do that. But because you don't like this woman, everything is her fault. So no matter what Jada says, even if she puts out her next book, it's not going to make a difference.
Doesn't make
Because
it. This
people-
whole Jada's emasculating him.
It's weird.
It's just like
It's
it's such a
really
reach. It's just like
weird.
I just rather I don't like her, that's why. And I don't like the fact that she's messed with the image that I had of Will that has been built up in my mind for the past 30
Literally
years.
that.
And that is really the problem that people have. And I
Where
wish
do they
people
get the idea
acknowledge
that Will is emasculated? I don't understand that because
they think that she like, you know, the whole August scenario. You know, when that came
but
to
August said himself that he asked Will for permission.
Right.
Where did they miss
but
that
everybody,
part?
but it's selective hearing. And there's always a lot of selective.
And they
hearing.
also forget the fact that it wasn't Jada that told about that situation. It was
August
him.
August that ran his mouth.
Exactly.
Right.
All
He
you
ran
man
up
that
his
love to
mouth.
talk about your side pieces being quiet, she had a side piece and he didn't want to be
didn't wanna
quiet. So
be
why?
quiet.
Where's your energy over that way?
And you know, I'm sure Will's having a great time.
Yeah.
Well documented. Well documented great time, yes.
But the,
well
the
documented.
lesson in this is stop looking at other people's relationship and focus on your own. Because at the end of the day, they're worth millions. They will be okay. I'm not worried about either one of them. I watched Will Smith do an amazing Grammy performance very recently.
that was amazing.
And it was so good.
For the
that man
50th
is
year of
fine.
hip-hop.
Yeah.
He will be okay. Jada will be fine. Everybody else's relationship
Jada's
is
got
broke
Will
down.
They're fine.
Life.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Exactly,
They've got their way of parenting, doing what they're doing their things. They're successful. They go through ups and downs, but they always come together during the end of it. Like, what's your own? Mind your business.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's
This
just
is
weird
it.
that people are so like fixated on them.
Men were the men were going crazy. She's toxic.
She still loves Tupac. She still loves.
Oh God, the
I
Tupac.
know.
Oh please.
How
Like-
many times has she said, me and Tupac would never work?
How many times?
No, but
has
you
she
want him.
said
You
it?
want him. I've just said to you, like,
How many times?
I
has she
understand,
said it?
like, where are we going with this? Because I've said it. I'm saying it again, but you're still back here.
Oh
Why?
wow.
And it's like she's always talking about Tupac. No, you're always talking about Tupac. Like, let him rest
But you
in
knew it,
peace.
you don't know these people.
You know, and you keep, you know, that photo that always goes around with them together. you know, like,
Oh my
Weird.
Lord.
get over it.
Right. So as we start 2024, ladies, what are your plans for the year? Dating wise or otherwise?
Okay, I don't know about the dating thing, but work-wise, I can't even say because I'm in the midst of doing
We'll come back.
planning stuff,
Come
and
back,
hopefully,
yeah.
I'll come back and let you guys know. But it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to 2024. I will say this: I'm on a definite campaign to really encourage, again, our community to really get into their physical fitness, be it walking on the roads or being in the gym or running or doing whatever. Like, I really have a bee in my bonnet about it. So I'll be creating more kind of spaces and platforms for us to kind of to facilitate doing that, and hopefully the rest of the black fitness community can get with it. Hopefully brands kind of see what's going on there and check in. It takes a long time with them because, you know, certain times it's not so. I always say this: it's not so much the brands; it's the people that they hire to get the jobs. Who
They
I
go
feel like
the easy route.
are quite their information is quite insular, right? In a little box. And why do I know this? Because I've done several interviews with several kind of mainstream platforms, and when I speak to them, you can see that their knowledge is like very limited. Very limited. They're like, oh, I didn't know about that. What's that influencers? She has how many people? He has how many people? And they just don't know. So I say that to say, brands, if you do want to reach out and work with me, I'll be happy to do so. But you got to get your people together because more time, they essentially don't know what they're doing.
And look outside the box a little bit. It's like, you know, okay, you've been working with that person for X. There's other people doing some really great stuff in the fitness industry, and it's always nice to see, like, you know, people doing stuff get their sort of flowers for things that they're doing.
Yes.
You know, like, there isn't that many of us, so it shouldn't be that
It shouldn't
hard.
be that hard.
You know,
Exactly.
Like I said, 3%. Like, what
Yeah,
are
exactly.
we doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not
But
hard.
I don't like to minimize that 3% because that 3%
Has had a
hugely like impactful, like globally.
Literally.
And I think a lot of the times, when you think about, you know, certain sporting brands, if you think about how they've leaned heavily on kind of black culture to sell their products over the years, and if you think about certain athletes that are kind of attached to some of our favorite sports, like if you think of boxing, think of Anthony Joshua. If you think of athletics, you think of Usain Bolt. If you think of basketball, you think of every. So it's like our faces are out there, and what we contribute
to make them money
to to this.
Some of that money needs to come
exactly.
back.
We need to see it coming back. Like Adidas, Nike, you guys should be top of the pile in that because like we need to look. We don't need to dig too hard to find. So when I speak about it again, speak to mainstream platforms, they're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about it like that. Like, no, you wouldn't.
That's
because
your job.
Typically everything is very commercial and money, which is great. I'm not saying that any of these people should stop making them. Everybody make your money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as you said, it needs to filter back. It can't be just let's inspire these people enough to buy our product, but you're not inspiring people to be physically active. And to me, it's not good enough. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You lot need to do better. You can do better. So.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's 2020? Well, we know what you're doing for 2020.
Yeah.
Running a lot. Running a lot, definitely.
Marathons,
marathons,
desert runs,
and then a lot of chilling probably after all of that, and being like good to myself. But I've just got a few other things sort of like in the on the back burner in terms of like trying to get more black and brown women into sort of like outdoors activities like ultra running. And just fitness, just movement, So even if you're not at that stage yet, but just like creating that environment where it's like, you're happy to go outside and exercise. So doing a bit more of that because that's one of the things that I'm really passionate about. Hopefully collaborating with a few more people. We can just definitely collaborate.
Not running across no deserts, I'll tell you
collaborate
that.
on some stuff. But yeah, like just running and just being good to myself. I think I just
Yeah. Let's move on to the sunshine and soul question. So sunshine is what makes you happy.
Oh, what makes me happy? I love spending time. I say this all the time on my my social channels, especially my Instagram. But I love spending time with my nieces, and they actually make me super
They look
happy.
just like your mum.
Oh God!
Oh my
listen.
God, they look just like her mum.
Really?
Yeah.
I love them to pieces. They just crack me up. They're just like, look, they're 7. The twins are 7. The boy's like, he's 15 now, so you don't even know that I'm alive, which is fine. Typical teenager,
Yeah.
what have you.
Sounds
But the
about
2
right.
girls, when I
Yeah.
have them around me, I'm genuinely just in the best of moods. So they make me happy. What else makes me happy? My friends. I'm very blessed to have very like great friends, and they're doing amazing things. And like, I want to celebrate them more, and I want to see them grow and continue to do. They are doing great things. I just want to see everybody just,
soar.
yeah, 100%. And it makes me happy when people are like, you know what, this exercise thing isn't as bad as I thought it was. I actually really like it. And I did some extra stuff the other day, and I didn't think I had it in me.
Bless.
But actually I do. So thanks for that, Lorraine. I'm like, no problem. So that makes me happy, yeah.
And what makes you happy?
I think, you know, obviously running, clearly. Spending time with like my loved ones, whether that's like family or whether it's friends. Food makes me really happy.
Yes.
Like having time, like
Yeah.
the time to dedicate to like myself or to the people that I love. And I feel like sometimes everything's so busy that you don't actually get that time. So when I feel like I've had enough time to spend with like people that I care about, I think that that's always makes me feel really, really good.
And what gives you a peace? What's your soul?
Oh, my peace. I think just knowing that I have a good influence on people. Maybe not everyone, but just like that I've like impacted someone in a positive way. That whether that's just by making them feel seen, whether that's helping them in fitness, whether that's helping them when they're going through a bit of a bad time. I think that sort of,
What brings me peace? Like I said, just knowing the people around me are happy and content, and yeah, that's it really. Yeah, it's
Thank you
nothing
for
worse
joining
than
me,
being around
ladies.
people a bit.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, none of that for 2024. We're going to make sure this is a better year than last year.
definitely.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, ladies.
Thanks for having
Enjoyed it.
me.
Thank
Hell,
you.
having us.
Where can we find you? Noir Fit Fest on Instagram.
Yeah, we're on Instagram and we're on Twitter. We're on TikTok. We're on, what's the other platform?
Facebook, LinkedIn.
Instagram.
Yeah, we're on LinkedIn. I think we're on all of
Snapchat?
those. No, we're not on
Okay,
Snapchat. What's the new one that's connected to Instagram?
New Threads.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
We're on
great.
that.
Yeah.
We're on Threads, and obviously we have a website as well, which is www.noirfitfest.com. That's NOIRE Fitfest FITFEST.com, and you can sign up, join the mailing list, and if you do that, you'll be obviously first to get like discounts and first to know about things that are going to be happening and stuff. So sign up now.
Thank you. Where can we find you, G?
Oh, you can find me at _runtings on Instagram. You can also find me and my running crew who are running to Vegas at London Soul Sisters, and that's LDNSOLESISTERS. So please follow us, and if you want to put your hands in your pocket and donate to our fundraiser, we appreciate that as well. And that's about it.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year. Happy
Happy New
2024. And hopefully we'll see you later on in the year so you can tell us about all the amazing and crazy things that you've done.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.
Oh, wait. I can't see. See? First show of the year and I still forgot. Like, share, subscribe. Oh my God. I'll get into some. I'll remember sometimes. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you.